Hi and welcome back. How are you? We're going to be doing the tarot cards now for the September 14th reading, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. We've got a little bit of music in the background for my neighbours because it's Sunday morning, and who doesn't like to have a little dance around the lounge room on a Sunday morning? I like it, especially if I can't get myself up and going. Okay, so the cards today that I'm going to be using is the, I'll just move that. That's my yeah, never mind. That's my control panel. We're going to be using the Chinese deck, which I absolutely love. The Chinese Tarot. It's a wonderful deck. And then for the clarifiers, what I'm going to be using is the Tarot of the Tsars. And I really like this deck. Some people do, some people don't. It's a really, really old deck in terms of the imagery. It dates back, obviously, to the Russian Tsars, and it is from the Greek Orthodox Church. It's one of the oldest tarot decks in terms of imagery. What I like about it, it does have Christian imagery, but don't worry about that. We can work with all of that. I've got to get it right, you see. What I love about it is it's very black and white. It's great for decision making. So you got a decision to make, pull out some of the old decks. They were very black and white. All right, so let's start with the Chinese. So we talked about the full moon in Pisces, in opposition, strong opposition to the sun in Libra. So what's going to be, in Virgo. So what's going to be happening is that we're going to have this whole look at what spirituality and lots of revelations about that. So there's going to be lots of questions about our ethics, about our values, and about our integrity. Look at that as mission statement, value statements, and how we're interacting with our customers and our suppliers. Mercury is going into Libra, Venus is going into Libra, so we're going to be a little bit diplomatic, perhaps at times a little bit too diplomatic. Because it's nice to be diplomatic, but often being a diplomat means that you do not give out your true opinions. Okay, so let's see what the cards have got to say. Just focus on them for a little bit of time. Taking a while, but the message came out warming up. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that was, I'm going to go with it, but I'm a little shocked. We've got death. We've got temperance. We've got the devil. And we've got the tower. Wow. Death has got to do with us reaching the end of a cycle and something new happening. Temperance is really, in many ways, it's about us being quite balanced. And if you see in this card, it's about symbol of Buddhism and going inside and taking some time to deliver. Death in this instance is being visited by old ghosts, so I think this is going to be quite an interesting reading. We've got the devil, and this is a different style of the devil. Can you see? We've got the horse holding something and the chain, so it's quite a aggressive perspective of, the devil is always quite aggressive. Pitchforks and chains, and the death, the tower. Thunder, lightning, Phoenix, Quilling. Okay, I've just been given more, so we'll just see. God, they're just jumping out. Interesting. King of Cups, High Priestess. One more, it said. A couple jumped out, and I was going to think about taking them, and then keep getting the word no, so I'm not going to take those. Okay. Ooh. Knight of Swords. Swift movement and change. Well, I don't really know what I was expecting, but I don't think I was expecting this. So let's have a look at it. So the first line of cards, if we have a look at Death, and then we have a look at Temperance. And then we've got the Devil. Okay. All right, I think I've got it. So my take on these cards when I look at them is that it's a little bit of a warning of telling us not to be too self-indulgent. The Temperance card. We are definitely in a time of change, and you can see that if you have a look around globally what's happening. There is these really strong, older, I'm going to say white Anglo-Saxon men, and they're very entrenched, and they're very conservative, and they're very aggressive in their conservatism. And then you've got this other movement of these younger individuals or alternative groups who are really making a stamp and really stating their authority and are in many ways rejecting completely the authority of the old. So what this is saying, if we translate that into the business and the business concept, is that you're going to be seeing this kind of conflict played out in a lot of business arenas, because the model we currently have for doing business is very patriarchal and very masculine in its manner. And these cards are clearly saying to us that change is here and change is happening. And we're going to be feeling that we want to go back to the old. There's the death of something old. And often when there's great change with the death of something old, we're reluctant to go to it. And we're asking to be quite balanced and quite considered. Fantastic, because it is time to be diplomatic. The Devil is here for two reasons. This is a card of goading. So there's going to be some pretty outrageous behaviours, I think, from people who feel like they are misplaced or out of place. And the Tower is saying that there is change now happening, and we're being asked to, and we're not being asked to embrace it, actually we're being asked to ride it. So we're being asked to ride the change. We've got, followed by that, the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a person who is emotionally stable, understands completely what their values are, and is very comfortable working within their own value chains or own value statements. So they are comfortable with their own set of ethics and integrity. They're comfortable with asking people to work within that, and they're very comfortable in making sure that everything is absolutely aligned. The high priestess is someone also who is ethically very strong and spiritually very strong, spiritually values ethics, integrity. And because she is so strong in that, she trusts totally that if she stays within that framework of value and integrity and mission and statements and ethics, then she's very confident that there's going to be the outcome that she wants and the outcome that enables her to manage everything that needs to be managed. I said her because it is the high priestess of women. And we've got the Knight of Swords, and swords is our thoughts. So we're going to be getting a lot, and we're going to be having lots of fast thoughts. They're going to be moving very forward. This is not about us actually getting messages. This is about us taking something very much an idea, a concept, and taking that forward. So this is us going forward. Okay. And again, they're asking for one more. So the fundamental message of this, oh my goodness me. Very nice. The fundamental message of this is if you trust yourself, your values, your integrity, and your ethics, and whatever happens in the workplace, if you keep taking it back to that, yeah, whether it's the tower, whether it's the devil, I remember in the workplace, the devil is going to be you being seduced by a quick win, you being seduced by an easy answer, you being seduced into doing something that you got a niggle about that you shouldn't be doing, but you get convinced to go along with something because that particular person has a great deal of charm. The other thing to be aware of Mercury in Libra, there's a great charm offensive on the move. So don't be charmed into doing something that you don't believe in, that doesn't sit right with you, doesn't sit right with the company, doesn't sit right with the values or ethics. Because there's going to be, I think you're going to be asked to come on board with something or do something or offer something and you know it's not right and you're going to be very tempted to take it. But if you take it, you are going back into the old and it's not going to be successful. When there is change and new things happening, and let's face it, it's happening a lot with the tower, when something is new, you can't always go back to the same old procedures and processes. You can always go back to your ethics and your values and your integrity. They will stand the test of time. The day-to-day routines and how you partner with someone, who you partner with, they can all change, but your values and integrity should not. And this is the aspect of temperance. Don't get too excited. Don't go rushing into something. Mind you, you're going to be under a bit of pressure to rush into something. High Priestess is also saying, you don't know everything right now. No one knows everything right now. So trust your instincts. Because we've got two cards here that are asking us to go into and have a look at ourselves, whereas at the same time, three cards. Can you see? Go in and have a good look at yourself. And then we've got three cards that talk about change, the end of something, something has to go. And interestingly enough, the other cards that came out, Wheel of Fortune, definitely change, change, and change. So this is a timely thing. You can try and stop it. You might slow it down, but you cannot stop it. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles, shooting the arrow up into the sky. So this is talking about something in the Chinese, that this is something about something new. This is something about looking to the future and creating something in the future. And the Two of Pentacles, which is talking about new business partnerships, new business relationships, and maybe even new alliances within your working place. Wow. Change is about to come. It's a great change. It's a new change. People are not going to want to go with the change. You're going to have to really think about where you stand on this situation, where you stand on this position, and how you feel about it. And the opportunity there for you is really great, because there is a lot of forward movement, and it's quite fast forward movement in terms of the business and the thinking, and it's definitely asking you to think about new relationships. And I don't know if you can see this, but look how young and tender that new relationship is. So it's talking about finding someone who's aligned with you, and then really coming quite close and sticking with that. The other thing to remember about change, and this is also true, if you're trying to implement change and you get absolutely no opposition to your proposal, you have no buy-in, you have no change, nothing's going to happen. All you've got is people pacifying you. And I've had that happen before. You have a meeting, everyone agrees to the action plan, no one has any opposition to it, and nothing happens. They literally don't do a thing. How about that? Okay. Okay, let's see what we've got. Is there any advice? The word is yes. So in the tarot reading that I did earlier, or yesterday, which was on the personal reading, there was a lot of cards about destiny and fate and the Wheel of Fortune. And again, we've got the Wheel of Fortune coming up, and we've got destiny and fate playing a major role. Okay. So we've got the Hermit and Strength coming up as your advice. So this is telling you in a little way to seek your own counsel. Take time out to really think about what you want to be doing, and really reinforce with yourself the strength, because that's the Strength card. Okay, two more. Yep, okay, perfect. The Sun. So it is all about you. It's about how you're feeling about yourself, and the need for you to completely trust yourself. Yeah? You've got what it takes to succeed in this massive change that's happening. You really have what it takes. And you've got the Three of Cups. So we're doubling up on the threes. So what that says to us when we're talking about the Three of Cups, it is talking about people, it's talking about new alliances, it's talking about working with people, but I think the people you're going to be working with are new. The ideas are going to be new. And this is going to be a little bit of a leap of faith, and it always is when there's a change. So the cards are, I've never seen these cards before. I've never seen Death, High Priestess, the Devil and Tower all come out together. So whatever the change is that's going to be coming through, for you, even if it's not necessarily monumental for the business, for you it's a major shift. It's a major shift to do with your values, your integrity, and your vision and your mission statement, and you might even want to move on and do something totally different. Anyway, trust yourself. You've got the strength. There's going to be something about new partners, new relationships, a new way to feel valued. Strength cards coming through, and the Sun card. There's a lot of change happening. This change is kind of murky. There's going to be a lot of people playing agendas. You're not going to necessarily feel comfortable with some of it, but remember that the people will be very charming and will have a lot of ideas and statements that will be initially appealing. Before you agree to anything, really take some time to sort it out. Wow, I was not expecting that. You need some help, you know I'm here. You can always get in contact with me. You need some coaching to help you get through this. Please don't hesitate to give me a call. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. You have this. You absolutely have this.